It is the end of the month of June, you all, so you know what that means. It's time for the top 5 fragrances of the month. These were the fragrances that brought me the most joy, and they just stood out to me. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. The SANTAMARIA here. Yes, let's get into the favorites of the month, shall we say. Lipstick of the day today, everyone. We are rocking out with an oldie but goodie at this point. This is MAC Tropic Tonic, which is more of a corally kind of color. I love this one. Not sure if they still make it anymore. Knowing MAC, they probably don't. But as always, I will link an alternative below. I do have the new Fenty gloss on it. This is the new Mango Marks color that came out that's at Ulta right now. And yeah, it makes it pop. I'm loving this. I've even done a demo of it, so definitely check it out too in my shorts. As always, everything I talk about will be linked below in the description box, so you do not have to ask questions about it. Next up, we have fragrance of the day. And this is one that somebody mentioned this in my comments on an older video, and it made me go, I missed that fragrance. So I'm wearing it today. And this, you all, is Kilian's Woman in Gold. I've had this fragrance for years. This is beautiful. This is Kilian's version of a vanilla and a tonka bean scent, and I love this one. It also has akigali wood in it too, so it lasts all day. 100% an unsung hero of a fragrance. More people should talk about Woman in Gold, but hey, I'm talking about it right now because I'm enjoying this one, and it's still bringing me joy years later. And that again is Kilian's Woman in Gold. And now let's get into the top 5 fragrances for the month. In the number 5 spot, you all, when I first read the notes for this one, I said, oh, this is going to be for me. This is going to be perfect for summer, especially when it's hot, because fresh and clean is just where it's at when it gets super hot in the summertime. And we have already had our first heat wave, you all. So the number 5 spot goes to this one right here. This is from the House of Dastan, and this is Unseen. I've already done a video on this fragrance. You all have seen it. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. But this right here is a linen scent. Yes, a linen. We do not get a linen perfume every day, and that's why this scent sticks out to me. But let's get into the notes. As always, you all, we have notes of fresh linen, we have moss, we have milk, we have cedar in here, we have organox cashmere, we have musk, sandalwood, tonka, vanilla, and patchouli in this one. For me, it's all about those first 2 notes, which is the linen and the moss note, which you all know. Moss gives things kind of an airy effect in my opinion. The linen makes things smell, as the name suggests, more on that laundry-esque clean scent situation. The cashmere in here gives it a warm and cozy touch without going too woody. Yes, there are woods in here with the cedar, but it isn't pronounced, and I'm so happy about that. This stays more in that cozy blanket situation, but make it a summer cozy blanket. So that's what I'm really appreciating about this scent, Unseen, from the House of Dastan. It is an extrait de parfum as well, so it is highly concentrated, and we love that because usually when it comes to fresh and clean scents, they don't be as concentrated. They normally be on the lighter side, more so in the EDT world. But yes, this one is an extrait. But most importantly, the reason this scent makes me so excited is because normally whenever we get fresh and clean scents, they normally are more so a candle or a room spray, but this time it's a perfume. So that's why this one brought me joy. It brought something new to my collection, and most importantly, it made me happy in the month of June. So in the number 5 spot, that goes to House of Dastan's Unseen. In the number 4 spot, you all, Kilian decided to give us a summer scent last summer. I picked it up at the end of last summer, but I decided to really rock it out for this summer, of course, and this is none other than Kilian's Sunkissed Goddess Summer in a bottle, and not just any summer, luxury summer in a bottle, because you know anything about Kilian, all their fragrances to me have more of a romantic vibe to them. They give more date night, they give more sexy outfits, and Kilian's Sunkissed Goddess is no exception to that rule for me. But let's get into the notes, you all. So with Sunkissed Goddess, we have notes of neroli and bergamot. We also have tiara flower, ylang ylang. We also have coconut, vanilla, gaiac wood, and labdanum in here. So the notes are quintessentially a summer scent. Anytime you see tiara flower, ylang ylang, and coconut and things, it's a summer fragrance. We don't have to worry about it. But they added the extra notes of the gaiac wood in here too, and the labdanum to give it a little bit more oomph in my opinion, because this is a solar coconutty sunscreen type of scent, but it's thicker to me. It's thicker than what I normally smell in this type of scent DNA category, which to be fair, I would expect a more elevated experience from a Kilian. Just saying, it is a niche house, it is a luxury house, it also has that luxury price tag to go along with it. But how this smells, it's just sexy. It's just sexy. Kilian took a quintessential DNA and they put their own sexy twist on it, and I like that. But I also appreciate the fact that even though Kilian is more so known for more boozier scents, which I mean it makes sense, that's the family legacy of the founder of the brand and everything, this scent does not go boozy. So it's thicker, but it didn't go boozy. So I appreciate that about this fragrance, you all. But most importantly, this one smells creamy, seductive, kind of summery. This smells like your summer vacation. That's what it smells like. It gets a ton of compliments too, by the way. This is Head Elf approved 100%. Date night approved. He loved this one. So I'm telling you what I know. But one thing about Kilian, they're going to always deliver in that category. And for me, Sunkissed Goddess gave me that in the month of June. Sunkissed Goddess is sexy. This is amazing. I will be doing this dedicated review sooner rather than later. So definitely stay tuned to the channel for this one. But all in all, this is a solid summer release from Kilian, 100%. And that's why it's in my number 4 spot for June. In the number 3 spot, you all, we have from the house of Room 1015, and this is Jasmine Freak. Now, this one really needs no introduction because this scent blew up on social media. It got a ton of hype. Now, this one got a lot of hype more so at the beginning of the year, back in the winter time, early spring. But to me, this scent is really a summer fragrance. You all know I've had this bottle for months now, and I told you I would get around to it and things. It didn't really speak to me as much in the winter time. I was like, okay, it's cute. Spring, I was like, okay, it's getting better. But for me, in the heat, that's where this scent came alive, and that's why this was a favorite in the month of June. You all, in the summer sun, oh, this is so sexy. This is so sexy. This is fruity. This is floral. It's also kind of bubblegummy too. And you'll see why that is once I get into the notes, y'all. So you all, we have notes of mango, black pepper, black currant, and sweet orange. And then in the middle, y'all, we have bourbon, lang lang. We have jasmine. We have tuberose. We have in the base, y'all, musk and cedarwood in here. Namely for me, y'all, it is the mango. It is the mango. It is the mango. Also too heavy on that tuberose. And it's a bubblegummy tuberose because tuberose is a white floral that can go in that direction. So that's where that effect is coming from. And then you add on with the fruits and things with the black currant, the orange, the mango, fruity floral situation. I do get a little bit of the jasmine too, but it isn't the main star like the tuberose is. But this right here is amazing. And then as it dries down, the musk is what carries this scent on into the day and keeps it lasting for a very long time. You actually think this was an extrait de parfum, but it's an EDP. But one thing about the house of Room 1015, for me, all of their fragrances perform. I have about, what's this, 5 of them now. And I'm not disappointed at all with this house. But most importantly, Jasmine Freak is a summer fragrance, like through and through. It took, you know, again, playing, sometimes you gotta play in scents at different seasons for them to click. And for me, it finally clicked in the month of June, in the summertime. And that is why Jasmine Freak is in the number 3 spot. It brought me so much joy. In the number 2 spot, you all, this is one I also purchased back in the springtime, early spring to be exact, but I told you all, I said, this is going to be a hit in the summertime. And let me tell you, boy, was I correct if I've never been correct before. The number 2 spot, you all, is this one right here from the house of Victoria Beckham. And this is Portofino 97. You all know I did a whole sampling series video overview of this fragrance house on my channel already. Definitely check that video out. You all have been asking me about that. I'm like, yeah, I already covered that. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss nothing. But yes, this scent right here was the one I deemed full bottle worthy first. I do like some of the other scents in the collection, by the way, but for me, this is the one. To me, Portofino 97 is the star of the house, but most importantly, it is a star in the month of June, in the summer heat. This scent is made for being outside. 100% made for being outside, 100% made for a warm breeze, being on a patio somewhere, on a deck somewhere, or rooftop. That is what this scent is made for, and it just did what it needs to do in the month of June. So let's get into the notes, you all. So with Portofino 97, we have notes of Calabrian bergamot, and we have black pepper in here. We also have sea notes and amber. We have incense, vetiver, musk, and patchouli. There's also like a clean linen effect in this scent as well, per Victoria Beckham. That's what they say, and I fully agree. And I would even argue there might even be a little bit of some saffron in here too, because there is a subtle sexiness in it. There's some spiciness with the incense. Then with the sea notes, it doesn't go totally ocean water per se. It's just done in an upscale way, in a different way for me. Like when I say I love this scent, and I told y'all that in the video when I did talking about this scent, talking about all the fragrances from this house, this one different. It's the pepperiness in here because the black pepper does pop out and I like it. Yeah. Please get your nose on this fragrance. I'm glad it's starting to be available in more places. They do have samples and things and discovery sets and all that, because that's what I purchased in order to check out this fragrance. But y'all, in the month of June though, everything. Oh, and by the way, this one turned heads and got compliments. It's a compliment getter, y'all. But most importantly, it brought me joy in the month of June. And that again is Portofino 97 from Victoria Beckham, y'all. And in the number 1 spot, y'all, I don't know why I denied myself this fragrance, at least a full-size version of it for so long, but boy, was it worth it. And I'm so glad I picked it up and I wore this bad boy out, y'all. And I'm talking about none other than Amouage Honour 43. one of the exceptional extracts. So you already know Amouage already is an elevated experience, but then when you get into the exceptional extrait line and it takes it up to a whole nother level, and Honour 43 is no exception to that rule. So fun fact, I've shared this with you all before my OG L's, y'all know this, but for the new L's, the original Amouage Honour Woman was the first fragrance I ever purchased from the house of Amouage. It started my collection, so that's why that scent profile, that scent in particular, has a special place in my heart. So naturally I said I gotta get the extrait version of it at some point. So 2 years later I finally did just that, you all. I got Honour 43. I had a sample of, you all know, so it was not a blind buy or anything. This was a, I know I'm gonna get it, I know I need it, I need to stop telling myself I don't need it. You need it. And y'all, the way this wears on the skin, wow, you just feel so regal, you just feel so well kept, you just feel like your life makes sense, you are a lady of leisure. That is how this scent made me feel, y'all. But let me get into the notes. So top notes, y'all, we have our pepper, rhubarb leaves, and we have coriander, and then in the heart, y'all, we have jasmine, tuberose, gardenia, we have lily of the valley in here too, and carnation. And then in the base, everyone, we also have sandalwood, labdanum, and vetiver. We have frankincense, open ox, and leather as well. The pepper with the rhubarb in here is something interesting. Also, that leather that's in here too gives it a different twist on this being a floral bomb of a fragrance, because as you heard me list, there are a ton of florals in here, but for me, it's the tuberose, gardenia, and lily of the valley that are the stars in my opinion. Then it has that kick in it, because one thing about the house of Amouage, they're not gonna give you just a basic floral scent. Nothing they do is basic, and Honour 43 is no exception to that rule. This scent right here is rich, it's dense. Again, it's an extrait de parfum. A little bit goes a very long way. I had to mind my sprays when I wore this one, but every time I wore it, it was effective. It turned heads, it got noticed. And still to this day, I'm gonna say this, and it is what it is. My most complimented house for fragrances is always going to be Amouage. I get most compliments from them, and Honour 43 is no exception to that rule. And I noticed in particular, men love this one. I don't know what it is, but I always got compliments from men whenever I wore Honour 43. So with some fragrances, men like them more. In some cases, the women like them more. And sometimes it can even be an age thing, but just universally, I just noticed men like this one. It got a compliment from them. I don't know why, but yeah, it just gives put together woman to me, and maybe that's what it is. Plus, if you got the energy and the confidence to match it, you know, it's a whole good situation. But most importantly, you all, the #1 spot was this beautiful thing right here. Plus, I love the bottle too. That is Amouage's Honour 43. Yes. So all right, everyone, that wraps up my top 5 fragrances for the month of June. Let me know what you think. As always, how we think the month is going to be starting out is very different than how it ends up, but that's fun because I'm a person that wears my fragrances based on my mood and where I'm going, that type of thing. It's not so much like, ooh, I gotta wear this particular scent on a certain day. I don't roll like that. I'm gonna wear what I want to wear, how I'm feeling that day. If it's something new, I'm gonna wear it. If it's something old, I'm gonna wear it. That's just how I am. So let me know, most importantly, you all, what were your top 5 fragrances of the month? What were the fragrances that brought you the most joy? Drop them in the comments below. I will read them and respond when I can. But until next time else, I will catch you on the next video. Bye, y'all.